Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here and I'm back at Knott's for some spooky farm. Let's go. Before we move on with this incredible adventure, I wanted to make sure to mention that I have brand new pins celebrating 10,000 subscribers on YouTube available now. Make sure to check out the link down in the description below. So as we're traversing around Ghost Town, the name pretty fitting for this time of year, I wanted to mention this really amazing carved bench that is brand new. I think this is really cool. Something I did want to mention though is that the bakery, sadly, is closed at the time. Looks like they're doing some refurbishment. Super excited to see what it'll look like when it's all done. But yeah, I was hoping to maybe get some cronuts or, you know, some amazing baked goods. I guess not this morning. But first up, in Ghost Town, we're going on Silver Bullet. Let's do this thing. Oh my goodness, Silver Bullet, always a fun time, looming overhead. Sitting in the back row, I could tell I have not eaten after that ride because it was like, oh, I feel it in my stomach a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. But now we're just walking through Fiesta Village, checking out all the fantastic rides over here. I don't know what we're doing next, but let's go. Well, after a fabulous ride on Montezuma's Revenge, we're going from one launch coaster to the next. Accelerator. Happy to see this beautiful ride open. Oh man, let's launch from 0 to 82 miles an hour in just over 2 seconds. It's insane. A cool thing to see while we're walking through Accelerator's queue is Mesmer, one of the newest Scary Farm mazes. I've heard a lot of great things about this maze, so I'm very excited to check it out a little while down the line. But yeah, I've literally heard this is the best maze this year, so very interested to see if that's true.
Make food that our guests want.
It's been a while since I've been on that. I missed that a lot. Accelerator, easily probably the most forceful I've ever experienced. Thanks, Supreme Scream. But yeah, must ride. Absolutely loved it. Holy cow. Yeah, that was the first time I felt that launch like that since probably the first year I rode it. That was just immaculate. Holy cow. Now you might be wondering, why are you just riding rides and not checking out everything else like the awesome menu at Boardwalk Barbecue? Well, it's a weekday, so the crowds are really light and we literally have like 10 to 15 minute waits. Yeah, I wasn't kidding about the low crowds. I mean, look, even next to the Haunted Shack photo op, which has been decorated for Spooky Farm, there's no one. Now we've actually stepped outside of the park to the bakery because the bakery is closed inside. Grabbed ourselves some boysenberry pie slices because you know what, might as well have the classics while hanging out with some great friends. After traveling outside the park for that wonderful piece of pie, we're heading into Camp Snoopy. Might as well call it Camp Spooky at this rate with how much is going on. We've got our lovely friends here. Also, as you saw, we ran into our great friend Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. Great to see you again.
How's it going? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, you were on a trip and you didn't invite me.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and in addition, we have our great friends Jake and Becca who are visiting from out of town. So it's great to see them again. It's been a while. It's been a while, like
a long time.
Years, literally.
Yeah,
like,
literal.
So it's great to see you both back in Southern California. I'll be back to Ohio next year.
I'm gonna hold you to that one.
That's fair. That's fair. But I need more rides. I need more rides on Maverick, especially. Speaking of rides, let's go on to Sierra Sidewinder. I absolutely love this spinning roller coaster. Leads to a lot of fun moments, especially if you can get it spinning just right. I mean, literally one of the most intense rides in the park, I would say. And even though the park is pretty empty, they're running 2 trains on this attraction. So we're walking straight into the station. great day to be at the park. Walking back into the boardwalk section now, we come toward Wipeout right underneath Hang Time. Really fun spinning ride, kind of nauseating to some people, but you can see under maintenance right now. So hopefully it'll be up and open very soon, but crazy to see it like this in its maintenance cycle. So they're just beautifying it, making sure it's ready to go for the long year-round operation. Crazy to see it like this though, seriously. Now as we come across Hang Time, sadly still not open quite yet, but it's crazy for me to think about this. I have now ridden all 3 coasters that have been in this plot of land. I've been on the original Corkscrew, which was the first ever inverting coaster. Now you can check out that vlog now. Actually, I'll put it in the top right corner. I've also ridden Boomerang back in the day before Hang Time was put in its place in 2018. Oh man, I do miss it though. Next ride though for us is gonna be Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair. Of course, our friends Jake and Becca have not been on this quite yet, so we gotta show them what's new. Oh, it's good to be back in this building. Great AC and a great smell, and of course, great feeling. I love that they redid this queue in here. So of course in the gift shop next to Berry Tales, we've got tons of pins for the 100th anniversary, and I feel really obligated to get that Corkscrew one now because I've been on it. I've actually ridden it, so maybe I'll have to walk out of the store with that today. Man, the factory store is seriously my favorite shop in the park. It's just so cool. They've got so many great items like those pins. We're looking straight at Puppet Up, at least where Puppet Up is at the Walter Knott Theater as it's been renamed. Man, I can't wait to come back to Scary Farm just for Puppet Up. Puppet Up is seriously one of my favorite shows I've ever seen at any theme park, easily. I want to see what the Goring 20s looks like, the brand new scare zone at the park. Very different, very cool. I love that they went with the Prohibition type theme. I adore that so much, especially as a history freak. I didn't even notice this. They have this Model T that crashed into a couple of hay bales. That's such a cool thing. Well, next up, after walking through the Goring 20s area, we're riding Pony Express. There is literally zero line for this. I mean, look, we're gonna walk right to the station. Well, just sat down in the Saloon. We're actually in the upper deck of the Saloon, one of my favorite parts of the park. And if you're a longtime viewer, you know there's a special episode with, of course, Becca and even Jake through FaceTime. But we were sitting right here, and Zach ordered a sarsaparilla using those elevators. I don't think they do it anymore, but it was a really funny moment. But I got myself a hard calico soda. So it's lemon lime, boysenberry punch, and a little bit of rum in there. Really tasty. I will admit though, of course that lemon lime in there makes it a very tart drink. So if you're looking for something sweet, I don't think I'd recommend this. I'd probably recommend the Calico Bonfire, which has cinnamon whiskey and of course sarsaparilla. I love going into the Saloon for some refreshing beverages. Now it's time to get back on some rides. And it's empty enough. We have the wonderful Galloping Goose running around the tracks. I adore this ride. Unlike anything else at any other park in the world, I think. It's just crazy. I love it so much. We might have to hop on in just a second. Or we'll take a voyage on another train and the Calico Mine Ride, which actually has a Halloween layover. I'm very excited to see what it's all about. After taking a trip into the Calico Candy Mountain, as it's called during Halloween, at least this year, that was really cool. I'd love to see that come back in the future. add on to it even more. But for a first year of having that overlay, that was really cool. That was really cute. I loved the song that was playing the whole time too. Yeah, I really look forward to seeing what they do at the Calico Candy Mountain in the future. Maybe they'll put up a new sign during this season. That would be a cool change. Or maybe adding in some more vocal portions. I think that would be cool to explain more of what's happening. Except for, you know, the song was really nice, but I'd love a little bit more backstory. That would be kind of cool. It's come to that point in the day where we're hankering for a ride on the Galloping Goose. Let's go. That one didn't work too well.
It was a nice attempt.
It was an attempt.
But see, keep this stuff in because this is what makes it real, you know?
Yeah, the gallop.
The gallop.
We're gonna go gallop.
Set up right here just to keep it properly.
Farm time just to see all the Halloween decorations. And during the weekdays, usually the Galloping Goose will be out, which was such a fun time. Such a like quirky and wacky thing to find at Knott's, but I don't think you can find it at any other park, at least that I know of. As we walk through the Forsaken Lake Scare Zone, this is a returning scare zone for Scary Farm. I've always really liked it, kind of like a New Orleans theme. And like in the bayou. I really enjoy that type of deal. But let's go to Jaguar. It's Jaguar time. Love this awesome family coaster. Wow. Jaguar, really fun ride. But the coolest part of our ride was dueling against Silver Bullet. Right as we were going on that part of track right there, turning into the final helixes, Silver Bullet came down the drop and was literally like what felt like arm's distance away. But as we came around this way and through all the way down toward the lake, Silver Bullet literally came down the drop right now, realistically, and dueled with us. Literally so close. You could see the piece of track back there where we were literally what felt like arm's distance away. It was such a cool moment right before it went through the vertical loop. That is something I wish I could have filmed. That was so perfect. So now, as we're walking to probably our final stop of the day, we stopped at a couple of the shops, including the Ghost Town Candy Shop and even the shop right across from Berry Tales. There's a lot of cool stuff to check out. Actually, something that I really wanted to mention was the fact that there are plenty, and I mean plenty, of different items for Scary Farm, specifically in this shop, with a kind of tribute store. And even there is now peppermint sarsaparilla in stock at the candy store. So I will have to try that once it gets towards holiday time, but not right now. Because as you can see, it's too early for peppermint stuff. Are you kidding me? Look at all the webbing and all the spiders taking over Fog Alley, as we like to lovingly call it during Scary Farm. All right, we made it to our final destination. It is the last hour of the day of operation. It's time for Ghostrider and my first La Rotnog in a very long time. I would say a successful spooky farm visit in the weekdays of September. I love this time of year. It's just
such a fun time to come to the park, and pretty empty, I will say, so that's a great plus. If you're not looking to wait too long in lines, I mean, we only waited about 35 minutes for Ghostrider. Usually on weekends, that hour goes upwards of 2 hours, especially during Scary Farm, because it's an amazing night ride. But yeah, super happy to get back out here. Loved today's visit. But before we leave the park entirely, we made a stop back at the bakery. This is a cinnamon roll cookie. I'm so excited for it.
Fast forward to about 3 minutes later. This is really, really tasty. Literally the best parts of a cookie and a cinnamon roll. I really enjoy this. I want to maybe figure out the recipe. Maybe it's because it's like kind of like a snickerdoodle, I guess, with a cinnamon sugar. And snickerdoodles are my favorite types of cookie. If you didn't know. Fun true fact.
So there you have it, another fantastic day done at Knott's Berry Farm, technically Spooky Farm right now. A lot of fun. I'll definitely be back to check out more Spooky Farm festivities, and then Scary Farm in the eventual future for Parks Booze, which is coming back this year, which is gonna be a lot of fun. Very excited to talk about a bunch of scary stuff all over Southern California. But of course, until then, make sure to check out our brand new pin that is still available on the shop, linked down in the description below, and it just helps support us in a brand new way and actually makes a lot of these videos possible. So if you want to do that, I would really, really appreciate it. And of course, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. And of course, until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.